On a sunny Sunday afternoon, the air was filled with anticipation and a sense of change. President Donald Trump took to his digital megaphone, Truth Social, to make a significant announcement. He revealed his intention to sign an executive order that would shake the foundations of the pharmaceutical industry. This was no ordinary decree. It was a bold move aimed at tackling a pressing issue. Trump declared war on high drug prices, a topic that has long been a source of frustration for many Americans. He promised a sweeping measure to ease the financial burden on American consumers who have been struggling with exorbitant prescription costs. The news spread like wildfire, igniting a firestorm of reactions from patients, politicians, and the powerful pharmaceutical industry. Everyone had something to say. Monday couldn't come soon enough as the nation waited with bated breath for the details of this groundbreaking order. Trump's executive order, once shrouded in secrecy, was finally unveiled to the public. It represented a decisive move to reshape the landscape of drug pricing in the United States, aiming for a fairer system. At the heart of this bold initiative lay a controversial concept, the most favored nation policy, which was sure to stir debate. This policy, with its roots in international trade agreements, promised to leverage the collective bargaining power of other nations to secure lower drug prices for Americans. It was an ambitious plan. The ramifications were potentially enormous, affecting millions of lives and the entire healthcare industry. Trump, never one to shy away from bold pronouncements, predicted price reductions ranging from 30% to a staggering 80%, a claim that left many in awe. And he assured the American people that these savings would materialize almost immediately, bringing much-needed relief. The stage was set for a high-stakes battle over the future of healthcare, with the potential to change the system forever. The Most Favored Nation policy, often abbreviated as MFN, might sound like a relic of diplomatic jargon, something from the annals of international relations. But in the realm of international trade, it's a powerful tool that can shape economies and influence global markets. At its core, MFN ensures that a country grants the same trade advantages like low tariffs to all trading partners who have signed an MFN agreement. This means no country gets preferential treatment over another. No playing favorites allowed. It's a principle that promotes fairness and equality in international trade. Trump's executive order aimed to harness the MFN principle to tackle the soaring cost of prescription drugs, a pressing issue for many Americans. Instead of negotiating drug prices in isolation, the United States would, in theory, piggyback on the lower prices negotiated by other developed nations. This strategy was seen as a way to leverage the bargaining power of countries with more centralized healthcare systems. These countries, with their centralized healthcare systems and tough bargaining tactics, often pay a fraction of what Americans shell out for the same medications. Their ability to negotiate collectively allows them to secure better deals. The Trump administration argued that this approach would level the playing field and force pharmaceutical companies to offer more reasonable prices to American consumers. It was a bold move aimed at addressing the long-standing issue of high drug prices in the U.S. After all, why should Americans be forced to pay more than citizens of Canada, the United Kingdom, or Japan for the same life-saving drugs? The disparity in drug prices has been a contentious issue for years. The MFN policy, in Trump's view, was a matter of fairness and common sense. It was about ensuring that Americans were not unfairly burdened with higher costs for essential medications. This wasn't Trump's first rodeo with the most favored nation concept. He had long championed the idea as a cornerstone of his healthcare policy, believing it would bring down drug prices significantly. Back in 2020, during his first term, his administration had attempted to implement a similar rule. The proposal was met with mixed reactions, garnering both praise and criticism from various stakeholders. That iteration focused specifically on Medicare Part B drugs, which are typically administered in doctors' offices or outpatient settings. These drugs are often expensive, and the costs can add up quickly for both patients and the Medicare system. The 2020 rule aimed to tie Medicare reimbursements for a select group of 50 Part B drugs to the lowest prices paid among a group of peer countries. This was seen as a bold move to align U.S. drug prices with those in other developed nations. The goal was ambitious to slash Medicare spending by an estimated $86 billion. Such savings were expected to provide significant relief to the federal budget and to Medicare beneficiaries. However, the rule faced immediate pushback from the pharmaceutical industry and sparked a flurry of legal challenges. pharmaceutical companies argued that the rule would severely impact their revenue and ability to innovate. Opponents argued that the rule overstepped the administration's authority and would stifle innovation by reducing incentives for drug development. They claimed that the financial hit would lead to fewer new drugs being brought to market. They claimed that the lower prices paid by other countries were often the result of government price controls, which they argued were incompatible with the free market principles of the United States healthcare system. This, they said, would ultimately harm patients by limiting access to new treatments. The legal battle raged on, and ultimately, the 2020 rule was blocked by courts before it could be fully implemented. The judiciary's intervention highlighted the contentious nature of the policy and the complexities involved in healthcare reform. When President Biden took office, he swiftly rescinded the rule, signaling a departure from Trump's approach. Biden's administration sought to address drug pricing through different mechanisms, focusing on negotiation and other reforms. But now, with his new executive order, Trump had resurrected the most favored nation concept, setting the stage for another round of fierce debate and potential legal showdowns. The policy's future remains uncertain, but it is clear that the battle over drug pricing is far from over. As the landscape of technology continues to evolve, industry giants have begun raising serious concerns. They warn that without proper oversight and regulation, the rapid advancements could lead to unforeseen consequences. Many are calling for a balanced approach, ensuring innovation while protecting public interests. These warnings serve as a crucial reminder of the responsibilities that come with technological progress. The future, they caution, must be navigated with both optimism and caution. In the intricate world of pharmaceuticals, pricing remains a labyrinthine challenge. The process involves multiple stakeholders, each with their own interests and priorities. From manufacturers to insurers and even the government, everyone plays a part in determining the final cost of medications. It's a system that often leaves patients caught in the middle, struggling to afford the treatments they need. The negotiation table is a battleground where power dynamics are constantly shifting. Pharmaceutical companies, armed with patents and exclusive rights, often hold significant leverage. On the other side, insurers and government bodies strive to secure lower prices to make drugs more accessible to the public. This tug-of-war can lead to prolonged negotiations, impacting the availability of life-saving medications. Striking a balance between affordability and access is a delicate endeavor. Policymakers are tasked with ensuring that drugs remain within reach for those who need them, without stifling innovation. It's a tightrope walk, where every decision can have far-reaching consequences on public health and the future of medical advancements. Efforts to reduce drug costs can sometimes feel like a double-edged sword. While lower prices can increase accessibility, they may also lead to reduced incentives for pharmaceutical companies to invest in new research and development. It's a complex issue with no easy answers, requiring careful consideration of both immediate needs and long-term implications for the healthcare system.
If you would like to see more videos like this, remember, subscribe, like and share. It's free and would really help us out. We'll see you in the next video.